Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh? Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever considered. Oh, you ain't know. Well, I'ma be your mirror. Look, you have something to offer, you are not your mistakes. You wanna share your thoughts, but think nobody relates. Lowballing your work, and that's the irony, isn't it? When a life is significance, but don't think it's significant. You gotta shift your thinking, get in line with your infinite. Release all the negative beliefs that you dealing with. I know you can hear me, you know who you are. Identify with your greatness, instead of your scars. Let's let go of all these labels. You are not defective. Be the first to know your presence is a blessing. In today's lesson, I leave for you to learn, as you can only have what you believe you deserve. Change your self-perception, your thoughts and your action. The secret is understanding the law of attraction. Look, it's time to start living out your passions. That's how you get your phoenix rising up about them ashes. Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh? Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever considered. Oh, you ain't know. Well, I'ma be your mirror, so you can see it clearer. I took it out of my mind and put it all in my hands. If you was count me out, cancel all of them plans. I'm selling dope in the open. These are audiograms. Apply real pressure, fakes ain't strong enough to withstand. I'm built different, it feel different, it's real different. When you embrace what makes you different, and that makes a difference. This is self-love, this is self-healing. Real wealth, belief in self, I pray you know the feeling. This is self-awareness, this is self-acceptance. It's about that time you turn your flaws into a secret weapon. I was destined, ain't see a way, so I made my own. Paved my own, stumbling blocks turn to stepping stones. Private planes, my daughter stepping on. Manifested, I got my blessings on. Bloomed in the midst of a storm that would've killed you. They tell me when they hear you, the real ones gon' feel you. I tell them we can win no matter the hand they deal you. Tupac staring at the world through my rear view, but you can't drive forward staring in the rear view. You gotta have a clear view on this road of life, so never make moves from what you seen in your rear view. I'm just trying to prepare you. Face your fears, you learn from what scares you. And if you holding back tears, let them tear through. You can outgrow your problems, I dare. Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh? Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever considered. Oh, you ain't know. Well, I'ma be your mirror, so you can see it clearer. That's you. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you.
Hi, I'm Brett.
And I'm Jonathan.
This is Darla.
See, I'm asking you these questions because the right questions lead to the right answers. The right answers provide the right clarity. The right clarity offers the proper direction. And with the proper direction, all you gotta do is execute an alignment. But first and foremost, we gotta know where we're going. Focus on what you're about to do. After all you made it through, you still be doubting you. Can't be waiting on a sign when you're the proof. No point in looking at the facts when you're the truth. Your purpose and your power are much greater than your problems. Use them both to solve them, or they'll keep revolving. Trauma ain't your fault, but healing's your responsibility. Be your greatest ally, not your biggest enemy. Sometimes you gotta make a pivot. I'm focused on my future, not my past, and everything shifted. Self-awareness makes you truly gifted. I identify my triggers, learn from them, and start moving different. But you gon' be a slave until you master self. Mindsets of abundance, they attracting wealth. If it don't align with me, then that's fine with me. But greater's what I gotta be. Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Yeah, focus on the gifts that God gave you. Who are you outside the way that your pain made you? What would you do if you ain't have what your fear gave you? How would you love if broken expectations didn't change you? Don't make excuses, make better decisions. Can't blame nobody else for the way that you live it. Playing victim to your past just gon' keep you a victim. Overcome that superhero syndrome. Go from lacking limitations to a lack of limitations. It's gon' take you moving with a lack of hesitation. It's gon' take reversing all of that backwards thinking. But it's gon' take you further than all them dreams that you dreaming. And yeah, you can do it. I swear you can do it. I believe you have what it takes to get through it. This is divine timing, divine intervention, divine direction, divine protection for your divine mission. You be. Greater shall you do, go. Greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Yeah, we locked in, man. Big shout out to everyone that is tapping in with us. Manifest Nation, Brian Hyppolite, the Manifest Mentor, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. Listen, we got so much to talk about because what we got to do is address this level of self-betrayal that we've been going through, that we've been dealing with, that we've been struggling with, that we've been normalizing. We got to address that. Yeah, and today's the perfect day for it. So part of me as I get, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Part of me as I get all this together, and I apologize for the delay. But what we're going to do today is get right. Move that out the way. What we're going to do today is get right. So where you at? Shout out to the fam. Put it in the chat. Where you at? Where you from? Where you repping? Who's in here? We going live on all networks. We going live on all platforms today, man. So shout out to everyone that's pulling up from Instagram right now. Shout out to everybody watching from TikTok, from YouTube, from Facebook, and of course everybody rocking with me here from the nation, from Manifest Nation, that's streaming with me right now on Twitch. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for being present. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, man, because I'm building up this channel with the ambition and the intention to be broadcasting to 1 million people a day. And y'all gonna see it happen. Y'all gonna watch it happen. I've been attracting the most amazing people to me, the most aligned individuals to me that want to see what I want to see happen. And these are divinity bonds. You know what I mean? That's the powerful thing about being in Manifest University. A lot of y'all ain't never had divinity bonds. You're only familiar with trauma bonds. You're only familiar with connecting with people because y'all both went through something together, because y'all both share the same pain. But there's also divinity bonds. You know what I mean? Like, there's divinity bonds. There are people who you will connect with just because y'all both have the same interests. Y'all both have the same divine purpose. Y'all both want to help the same people. Y'all both want to
do something divine that aligns with each other, and you'll be able to utilize each other on your journey to propel you forward. And it's really a beautiful thing. So shout out to everyone that has been tapping in with Manifest University, that's been subscribing to the channel, because when you subscribe to the Twitch channel, you get access to not only just like the replays of these episodes, but you also get access to Manifest University, my online community. And that's going to bring you to my eBooks, my audio books, my guided meditations, my affirmations, and all that great stuff that I've put together for you and for my community. That's also where I'm at every day, interacting with my community. So if you enjoy the things that you see from me and the glimpses that you get of me on social media, even down to the posts, even down to those tweets, man, those are a sentence or two out of paragraphs that I'm putting in my community on a daily basis. So if you really want to lock in with me, that's the place to do it. Manifest University. Shout out to the mighty MU. I see some of y'all in here already. So we're going to get down. We're going to get right into it, man. Today we are talking about the slavery of distraction and how you're wasting your life one day at a time, one scroll at a time. And you know what okay, I was about to say, I think I'm missing my books, but no, they right here. They right here. We definitely going to be getting into these powerful books that's going to elevate you. So I'm going to just keep them close. But I'm going to start with it like this. Now that we all here, now that I got your attention, I'm going to start with it like this. First and foremost, welcome to Manifest Nation. Now, this is a broadcast that is going across all platforms today. But most of the broadcasts throughout the week, 3 out of the 5 broadcasts throughout the week, are exclusive to the Manifest Nation channel on Twitch. So if you're watching this from anywhere else but Twitch, I want you to know that what you are experiencing is just a piece of what's going on here on a consistent basis. You probably won't even get the full thing of what's going to happen here today. And if you want the recordings, you want the replays of it, you're going to have to come over to Manifest Nation and subscribe to the channel so you can get that. I love you out of life. Thank you all for supporting my goals, supporting the dreams, for following the channel, for subscribing to the channel, and for being a part of this amazing community of mine, because generational healing starts within. And this is a community that focuses on generational healing. So as you heal, you'll heal those around you. So again, welcome to the nation. I don't know what brought you here today or how you wound up here, but thank you so much for joining this broadcast, because I know that is going to be something said here that you needed to experience. So let me remind you of who we are before we go any further. This is Manifest Nation. It's a sovereign territory of curse breakers, of cycle disruptors, of legacy builders. We are not a club. We are not an audience. We are a movement of family. We are a nation that doesn't worship comfort. We don't chase illusions. We don't feed excuses. We're a nation of peace, and if we're going to do war, we do war with the systems that enslave us. We do war with the versions of ourselves that want less than what's great for us. We do surgery on the lies that we've been living. We do sovereignty daily. And tonight, I'm not talking about trauma. I'm not talking about betrayal. I'm talking about something even more dangerous. Distractions. Yeah, the devil doesn't need to destroy you. All he has to do is distract you. Your bloodline doesn't need another curse to keep you stuck. Matter of fact, for many of us, your phone will do it just fine. Did you know that the average person spends over 6 hours a day on their phone? Most of it just scrolling. That's 90 days out of the year wasted on nothing. And this would be from the same people who will say, Brian Hyppolite, I don't know how you do all that stuff that you do. How do you take care of all the things that you take care of? How do you do this? I don't see how you homeschool and run your businesses, or how you do this and how you do that. You don't lack time. I would do it with the same 24 hours that you complaining about that you don't have enough time to do what you got to do. You don't lack time. You lack focus. You've been mortgaging your destiny one swipe at a time. Tonight, we're going to put these distractions on trial. You know so much about everybody else's trial or what everybody else got going on in their life, and you even allow that to be a distraction to you. But tonight, we put your distractions on trial because distractions are the new slavery. These are the new chains. These chains are invisible, but the damage is generational. So, welcome to court. Let's go. We here now. The chains of distraction. Let's talk about it. Let's stop pretending. You're not busy. You're distracted. You don't have time for your goals and for the things that will move the needle in your life, but you got time to gossip. You don't have time to heal and grow through the things that you go through, but you got time for Netflix. You don't have time to build the life that you want, but you got time to scroll and look at everyone else's life. Do you know, many of you don't know what your child really need right now, but you know what somebody else got going on in their life, what some celebrity got going on in their relationships, what this person that did to that person. You know about the discord happening in people's lives that's not even connected to yours. You allow yourself to be distracted. And that's why you're not creating what you were sent to this dimension to create right now. That's why you haven't manifested the things that you want to be in your life. You don't have to focus to keep it. You're not tired. You're just too distracted to focus your energy on where it matters. Yeah, because so many people tell me that the reason why they can't do the things that they need to do and can't make the changes that they need to make is because of, you know, there's only X amount of hours in a day, and I'm sleeping at this time, I'm waking up at this time, I'm going to sleep at this time. Many of y'all don't even go to sleep. You go to sleep too late, so you wake up late. And you'll do this day after day after day, not seeing how holding the wrong habits today is already setting your tomorrow up for failure, for destruction, for excuses. You're not tired. You're just distracted. You're too distracted to focus your energy on what matters. You know, according to I'm not making this up, according to all types of research, it takes about 23 minutes and 15 seconds to refocus from a single distraction. So imagine how many times a day you reset your brain. Imagine how much time you add to the schedule of creating momentum. There's powerful things that happen when you have a certain momentum in your life. And this momentum is generated, duplicated as you stay focused. So, how many hours did you give to distractions this week? How much of your destiny died in your hands while you scrolled this week? If your kids had to inherit your focus habits from this week, would they inherit mastery or mediocrity? This is why bloodline breaker is so important. So that you can really understand. So that you can really understand how everything that you're experiencing right now is because of what took place before you. And how your starting line is where your parents didn't learn what they needed to. And that's what we're setting up for the next generation. It's not time to do that. It's time to set them up right. So if today was the day, if this week was the week that your habits, your focus got transferred to your children, what would they be inheriting? A life full of distractions or a life full of progress? Let me ask you a question. Do you understand the difference between distraction and a disruption? I'm going to give you that information. There's a difference between a distraction and a disruption. The difference between a distraction and a disruption are the things that stop you from starting, the things that you're meant to start, things that you know you are meant to start. That's a distraction. Now, a disruption are the things that stop you from finishing once you've started. That's a disruption. So what I want you to do is identify your major distractions and your major disruptions. That's what's going to allow you to thrive in this next season, is identifying what your major distractions and your major disruptions are. Because most people don't know. Most people don't know, and they have not given themselves the opportunity to be proactive away from these disruptions. There's certain periods of time where, in order for me to not be distracted or disrupted, I got to turn off my phone. There's certain periods of times where, in order for me not to be distracted or disrupted, I need to be in a certain place. I got to get away from the house. There's so many distractions and disruptions at the house. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be intentional in order for me to be impactful. And I think there's just not enough of y'all being intentional so that you can be impactful. And that's what's causing this divide between what your children are going to have if they were to inherit your skills, your focus, your patterns, your behavior. Would they inherit mastery or mediocrity? Matter of fact, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab the Bloodline Breaker book. I'm going to grab this Bloodline Breaker book so I could read you something from it. In the meantime, though, we're going to play this Forever Grateful. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. As I see the blessings hidden in every message. As I live and I learn, grateful for every lesson. I am peace, I am love. I am joy, I am light. Each day I give gratitude for my life. I am forever grateful. I am forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. I trust that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be and receiving what I'm supposed to be getting at this moment. When I am in a state of appreciation, I align with my higher self. I attract positive things to me. Gratitude is a superpower. Gratitude clears the path for my manifestation. So every day I show appreciation. Gratitude for what I have, and gratitude for what is to come. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. As I see the blessings hidden in every message. As I live and I learn, grateful for every lesson. I am peace, I am love. I am joy, I am light. Each day I give gratitude for my life. I am forever grateful. I am forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. I'm grateful for what I have.
and I am excited for what is to come. I am grateful for the new day. I am excited for the rising sun. I'm thankful for the light of this day, for renewed energy and renewed strength. I am eternally grateful for the love I am capable of giving, and for the love that I receive. Most of all, I am grateful for the love within me. My thanksgiving is perpetual, so it survives every obstacle I'm stepping through. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. As I see the blessings hidden in every message. As I live and I learn, grateful for every lesson. I am peace, I am love. I am joy, I am light. Each day I give gratitude for my life. I am forever grateful. I am forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. Whatever has happened, whatever will happen, I can be certain that I will be grateful. Because I am aware that each moment has something great to offer me. I am grateful now in this moment, and it's keeping doors of blessing open to me. Even devastation is an opportunity for transformation. My gratitude ascends with my elevation. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. I reject and release all the things that try to stress me. If I approach each situation, experience in person with appreciation, I will be held in the arms of abundance and sitting in the lap of patience. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. As I see the blessings hidden in every message. As I live and I learn, grateful for every lesson. I am peace, I am love. I am joy, I am light. Each day I give gratitude for my life. I am forever grateful. I am forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. Whatever I see, I trust that the universe is supporting me. I choose to see this season of life with appreciation. The feeling of gratefulness expands my perspective and opens me up to new ways to live happily, to experience fullness of joy and of peace. The more I pay attention to what's already working in my life, the better it gets. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for the universe and all the blessings in my life. I'm grateful for those who have helped me on my journey. I am thankful for myself. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful. As I see the blessings hidden in every message. As I live and I learn, grateful for every lesson. I am peace, I am love. I am joy, I am light. Each day I give gratitude for my life. I am forever grateful. I am forever thankful. As I walk through life, I strive to be grateful. That be my prayer every day. Every day, I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful. As I walk through life, may my stride be graceful.
May I continue to see the blessings that's in every message, that's in everything that happens, everything that comes my way. May I continue to see the blessings in it. May I continue to see the opportunities in it. May I continue to see the abundance in it. May I continue to see everything that was there for me to learn from that situation. As I live and I learn, grateful for every lesson. Listen, your words are powerful. I don't know what you're saying about yourself, but I can tell you what I'm saying about myself. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am light. Each day I give gratitude for my life. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful as I walk through life. May my stride be graceful. That's even what my children say when they say grace. When they sit down at the dinner table or sit down at the table to eat and they say, let us say grace. That's what they say. They say the chorus to that song. They say those affirmations. And as we break bread. Back to what I was saying, yo, your kids inherit your focus habits. So if they were to be inheriting your focus habits for this week, will your kids be inheriting mastery or mediocrity? Big shout out to everyone that's tapping in with me on IG, TikTok, Facebook Live. Who else is in here? YouTube. And of course, the family on Twitch that's always tapping in at Manifest Nation, man. It's such an honor to be leading y'all through this development, this personal development, the generational healing that's taking place as it's happening within. Yeah. Big shout out to everyone that's subscribing. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Throw it in the chat. Shout out to Tampa, Florida. Shout out to most of all of Florida. I say almost all of Florida, but there's a few places we gonna leave out. But for the most part, shout out to all of Florida. Shout out to Georgia. Shout out to Atlanta, Georgia. Same thing with Georgia. There's a few places we'll leave out, but mostly all of Georgia. Shout out to Plainfield, New Jersey, Scotch Plains, New Jersey, East Orange, New Jersey, Central Jersey, all of Jersey. Shout out to New York, Brooklyn, New York, Queens, New York, Manhattan, Staten Island. You know what I mean? Who I'm missing? Because you can't leave the boroughs out, because then they get mad. They get mad when you show up. And New York be showing me so much love. That's the first place I pulled up to, started doing a song, and the people in the crowd knew the song. I was blown. I almost forgot the words. I was like, they know the words. I almost forgot the words. Ireland, what's going on? Ireland in the building, showing so much love, man. I can't wait to make it out there. I cannot wait to make it out there and vibe with y'all, because y'all be sending so much love all the time, consistently. So I definitely got to pull up and show something back. This is one of my favorite books to pull up right now. The Bloodline Breaker. The Bloodline Breaker. Let me read you something powerful out of this book. And then I would also love for you to give me a number between 3 and 55, and I'll read you the corresponding key from this book. This is my 10th book, my most recent book. It's a guide to shattering generational curses and rewriting your story. Bloodline Breaker. You need this in your life. So listen, this is what it says. It says, the greatest thief of legacy is not poverty, pain, or persecution. It is wasted time. You cannot pass down hours you've never used. You cannot leave focus you've never built. I'm going to read that to you one more time. The greatest thief of legacy is not poverty, pain, or persecution. It is wasted time. Feel that. Believe that. The greatest thief of legacy is wasted time. Because if I was to ask you, what do you thought it was? You would have said poverty. You would have said missed opportunities. You would have said trauma. You would have said all these things. But no, it's wasted time. You cannot pass down hours you never used for things that you never invested in. You cannot leave focus you never built. It's time to switch up what you're doing, especially if you consider yourself, if you have been called to be a bloodline breaker, someone that's breaking generational curses in your life. You are going to have to step out in front and do something that those around you are not doing so that you can lead. Affirm this with me. I break the chains of distraction. Say this. Say it like you mean it. I break the chains of distraction. I own my attention. My focus builds my legacy. Yeah. My focus builds my legacy. Do me a favor. Throw it in the chat. What's your biggest distraction? Again, the difference between a distraction and a disruption. Distraction is something that is stopping you from starting. Something that you know you need to start. A disruption is something that's stopping you from finishing something that you have started. Identify what your major distractions and what your major disruptions are, so you could then be proactive to eliminate the opportunities that they have to work in your life. That's something that you gotta call it out. You gotta expose it. If it's a vice, I see the sister from Ireland said, if it's a vice, if it's something something external that you are allowing to be a distraction, which most of the time it is some type of feeling, some type of sensation that we be in search of. And the fastest way for me to get you to see what you need to see so you can move the way you need to move is to ask yourself these questions and answer these questions. When it comes to that weed, when it comes to that drink, when it comes to those pills, when it comes to whatever the substance is, you believe that it's either giving you something that you feel you're lacking, or you believe it's taking away something from you that you have and don't want. It's one of those two things. Identify what it is. What is it that you believe that substance is taking away from you that you feel like you don't want, that it's alleviating you from? There's something that you either believe it's taking away from you, or it's something that you believe it's giving you. Identify what the lie is. Identify what the lie is. Because there's a lie that you believe that ties you to that behavior. There's a benefit that you believe that ties you to that behavior, and you got to identify what that is. It's one of those two things. And then you have to give the power back to yourself. Once you identify what that lie is, you have to give the power back to yourself that you currently give to that vice, that you currently give to that substance, that you believe the substance is going to do. There's a lie that you've been telling yourself that you do not have the power to do this on your own, or that with this additive, you're better, you're greater. And you will believe that lie until that lie kills you, if you let it. Like, you'll believe that lie until it distracts you and removes you from access to your destiny, and you're left with your fate. Which one do you want? Do you want destiny in your life, or do you want fate in your life? Because anything that you allow to distract you long enough is going to pull you away from destiny and connect you with fate. So listen, I'm gonna read you page 33 from this book, Bloodline Breaker. I'm quite sure, I am 1,000% sure that whatever is on page 33 is going to be in divine alignment with what we're talking about. And you called it out. So I know it's something that you needed to hear today. And not only just that you needed to hear today, something that other people needed to hear today. So page 33 is the ending of chapter 5. Now, the end of each chapter has some reflective questions for you to ask yourself. And this is actually why this is my favorite book out of my 10 books, because not only does it give you some powerful information that's easy to understand, easy to digest, but then it asks you these reflective questions. And you know my motto, the right questions lead to the right answers. The right answers give you the right clarity. The right clarity offers you the right direction. So this asks you these questions, and then it gives you something to do with the answers, something to do with the new information that you get with that answer that will lead you to the right clarity in the right direction. So chapter number 5 is actually one of my favorite chapters in this book, and it's the struggle gospel. Chapter number 5 is talking about the gospel, the religion of struggle that you have been indoctrinated into, that our families indoctrinated us into. And at the end of this chapter is asking you some questions and giving you some things to do so that you can indoctrinate yourself from the struggle gospel. So these are the detox that is asking you. It's saying, where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? Somebody's walking in the room right now in a divine timing. Somebody's clicking on this right now in a divine timing for them to hear these questions, ask themselves these questions, get the answers that they need, the clarity that they deserve, the direction that they've been looking for is happening in this divine moment. So don't miss it. Where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? Where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? What beliefs make you feel guilty for resting? What beliefs make you feel guilty for receiving ease? Who taught you that hard equaled holy? You don't got to put it in the chat. But let's be clear. There was a struggle religion that you were handed down, that you were force fed, that you were given, that has your belief in certain things, because you know your beliefs have so much to do with what happens in your life. Your life is the result of your beliefs and your disciplines. And that's a lot of accountability for a lot of people at this moment. But your life is definitely the result of your beliefs and your disciplines. You cannot have anything in your life you don't believe you deserve, you don't believe you can have, you don't believe you're worthy of. And you won't have anything in your life that you don't have the disciplines to keep. Many of you can't have the mate that you're looking for right now because you don't have the disciplines to be the mate that they're looking for. You don't have the disciplines that would align you with them. And if that person just so happened to fall for you because of your looks, because of your charm, because of anything else, all it would take was a matter of time for them to figure out that you're a fraud, that they've been received, that it was fool's gold, that you don't actually hold the disciplines that are necessary to have that relationship move at a high level. It's a great day to be honest with yourself, get real with yourself so you can change some things about yourself and about the reality that you've had. So back to page 33, it's asking you these 3 questions. Where in your life are you choosing struggle out of habit? What belief makes you feel guilty for resting or receiving ease? Who taught you that hard equaled holy? Then it gives you a declaration of divine ease. And I love this. I wrote this as I am in a season of divine ease. And we actually read this to Manifest Nation yesterday. Shout out to the nation and everyone that's been locked in with me. Because I'm in a season of divine ease. I'm in a season of not having to work so hard to get more than enough. You know, I'm in a season of where I've been sowing seeds perpetually for seasons past. And now it's just like reaping the harvest. And now it's managing the harvest. Now it's tilling and it's doing the various things that's necessary to perpetuate the harvest to continues to take place. You know, so I'm in a season of ease. I'm not in a season of abusive labor. I'm not in a season of working day and night. I'm just not in that season. But I have continued, as someone who is their own boss, as someone who makes their own hours, I've continued to up until recently work myself as if I was in that season, as if I had to perform in order to get what was coming my way. And what's coming my way at this point in my life and in this season of time has everything to do with alignment. Nothing to do with my performance. It has to do with my vibrational existence, not what I'm able to, how hard I'm able to work. And that's the same for you. That's the same for a lot of y'all out there right now. Your reality has so much more to do with your vibrational existence and what you are aligning with than what it is that you're trying to force into your reality through your labor and through your efforts. And you got to realize that and actually get into the season of rest, get into the season of ease, because you're blocking your blessings. What if all that work, all that labor you're going into for what? Just for it to be blocking your blessings? Just for it to be stopping you from having the divine experience that you're meant to have, because you believe that you are the source. You believe that it's only what you do that can create the result. You don't give God space to be God in your life. You don't give the divine the space to exist in your life, because you really truly believe that you only gonna have what you get on your own, which means you don't deserve the blessings that you don't have room enough to receive. You don't deserve the greater. You deserve what you want to cook what you kill. And while it's a beautiful and noble thing to do, listen, you can't outwork what alignment will bring into your life. You really can't. So this is a declaration of divine ease. Again, it's found in Bloodline Breaker in this powerful book right here. And that's at brianhyppolite.com. It's one of my 10 books. And you get them all. You get all of these eBooks. You get all of these eBooks absolutely free when you subscribe to Manifest Nation, to this channel on Twitch. You're going to get access to the Manifest University community, to build with me on a daily basis, you're going to get all of my tools, all my resources, my eBooks, my workbooks, my affirmations, my guided meditations. If you haven't already subscribed to the Manifest Nation channel on Twitch, you are missing out, because you have always had to do so much more to get all the access that I'm giving you right now. But that's how much it means to me for you to be a part of this community, and for me to empower everyone that is in the community. So tap in and let's grow. So this is the declaration of divine ease. It says, write this statement and say it aloud for 7 days. And that statement, this is the very statement that I've had to say to myself over and over again to get into this state of divine flow, is I release the gospel of grind. I break the covenant with chaos. I choose a life of divine flow, sacred rest, and unstoppable ease. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to read it again. I release the gospel of grind. I break the covenant with chaos. I choose a life of divine flow, sacred rest, and unstoppable ease. Divine flow, sacred rest, and unstoppable ease. Drop a 1 in the chat if that's something that you want in your life. And that's something that you don't just want in your life. You want that to be your normal. You want that to be just your everyday, your get up and your go-to. Divine flow, sacred rest, and unstoppable ease. Somebody said, I don't know if I've ever had sacred rest. I've had some sleep. I don't know if I've ever had sacred rest. What that sacred? I'm trying to see what that sacred rest be like. You know what I'm saying? You need some of that sacred rest in your life. This book gonna get you to it. The very next thing is the ease activation, because like I say, you could tell I wrote this book because it's really me practicing what I preach, even just the way that this page is outlined. We're going to start with asking you the question that leads you to clarity. And then we're going to identify what we need to change, which was that declaration that started with our words. Now we're going to support our words with actions, because the very next thing after the divine ease declaration is the ease activation exercise. We're going to support this new thinking, these new thoughts, this new framework with action. For 1 full day, do nothing to prove your worth. No over explaining, no over performing, no over apologizing. Just exist and feel the power in that choice. Just feel the power of just existing. Because listen, this is what you got to know, and this is what you got to understand. You are not here to suffer. You are here to shift. You are not here to suffer. You are here to shift. And your legacy It's going to come to you with ease, with overflow, and with unshakable joy. With ease, with overflow, and unshakable joy. Tap in with me if that's what you're talking about, if that's really what you want to see and experience in your life. See, you've been sedated. You've been sedated by screens. You've been sedated and distracted by this dopamine. You've been chained by cheap entertainment. You don't even need to, they don't even got to enslave your body anymore. They just need to own your attention. These folks don't got to put shackles on your body to stop you from leaving the plantation. They own your attention now. They own your programming. 95% of the moves that you make on a daily basis come from your subconscious mind, which means 95% of your movements are programmed. What are you programmed by? Whose program are you on? If you're not operating on a programming with a system and under a framework that leads to sovereignty, that leads to a greater existence that you can pass down to yours, you might be programmed for your own destruction. I'm not sure. You might be programmed for your distractions and your disruptions. You might be programmed to be giving yourself and yours less than. So if we're talking about protecting your heirs and protecting your assets, what I want to put in front of you right now is the opportunity that you have to take back your ownership of your own attention. Studies show that dopamine spikes that we get from social media, they mimic the same addiction patterns as drug addictions. That means your phone is the same as that crack pipe. Your phone at this point in time, the way that we're using them and the things that they are doing to our bodies, it's the same. It's the new crack pipe. The social media is your new God. Your phone is the new crack pipe. And you're feeding your children the same drug. That's the crazy thing. The cartoons, the TikToks, the endless screens, and then you wonder why they can't focus. You wonder why they have anxiety. You wonder why they stay distracted. You wonder why they don't even dream. And you think it's normal because you haven't dreamed it so long. You don't remember growing up and always dreaming, having dreams. You allowed life, you allowed, I'm not even going to allow you to use the excuse that life punked you out of dreaming. I'm not going to allow you to hold on to the victim mentality and say that, such and such took place and ended my childhood and let me know that there was no room for my dreams anymore. So I just stopped dreaming. That's a nice story that we've held on to for too long. The truth of the matter is you've betrayed yourself so long and so many times and for so many years that you stopped dreaming because your inner self, your subconscious self knows you're not going to follow through and let them make them dreams come true anyway. So the dreams start going to dreamers who are also waymakers, to dreamers who was going to take it out of their mind and put it in their hands, to dreamers who was practicing spiritual alchemy, to dreamers who was talking about manifesting, because you betrayed yourself so much that your dreams don't even believe you. You stay distracted. You stay distracted. And you've normalized a life. There used to be people who went through life being led by their dreams. That used to be what we applauded people for. That used to be what we wanted to see. What we awarded people for. Now it's like no authenticity. And it's whoever can be the most destructive to our generation. That's who's getting the awards. That's who's getting applauded. The one who can show the most destruction within themselves. Let me ask you a question. How much time does your family spend being entertained versus educated? What shows up on your screen more? Your purpose or your poison? What shows up on your screen more? Things related to your purpose or things related to your poison? Things related to your destiny or things related to your distractions? What's pulling up when we open up your phone? If we look at what's on your phone, the majority of the time, is it something related to your purpose or something related to your poison? Let me know. Put it in the chat. Be honest with me. Let me ask you a real question. If you were to die tomorrow, would you be remembered as the builder or the binge watcher? Would you be remembered as the person who made a way or the person who made excuses? "111 Keys of Spiritual Alchemy." I'm going to read you this key about transmuting distractions into discipline. And then I also want you to give me a key. Give me a number between 1 and 111. I'm going to read you the corresponding key from this powerful book of mine. This is my 9th book. Definitely a dynamic life changer because it's going to show you how to turn your pain into power, your wounds into wisdom, your losses into lesson, your burdens into blessings, and your stumbling blocks into stepping stones. If that's something that you need in your life, drop a 1 in the chat. Anybody in here need to turn their pain into power, their wounds into wisdom? Anybody here got some stumbling blocks that they need to turn into stepping stones? I can tell you all about it. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what just worked for me. I'm telling you what's been working for everyone that I've introduced you to for almost the last 6 years. You can't lose with what I use. You can't. Because I'm always directing you back to the God within you. I'm always directing you back to the divine power that you have to change your circumstances. I'm not giving you theories. I'm giving you spiritual science, if you want to name it something. So let's talk about 111 Keys of Spiritual Alchemy. I'm going to read to you from the book. Don't forget, call out a key. Call out a key from 1 to 111. And I'm going to read you the corresponding key. First, let me read this to you. The alchemist knows that focus is fire. Where attention goes, energy flows. What you feed grows. What you starve dies. Every distraction you starve becomes a destiny you strengthen. Every distraction you starve becomes a destiny you strengthen. Affirm this with me. Say this. Say, I starve my distractions. Say it like you mean it. Say it like it makes sense. And say it like there's some power behind it. I starve my distractions. I feed my destiny. My focus is my freedom. My focus is my freedom. I see one of my Manifest University mentees have already chimed in with some numbers. So we're going to start with key number 1, defining your inner goal. And Tiffany, I got your message in the Discord, and I'm gonna get that information too. See, Tiffany's been in my Manifest University. Tiffany is in Manifest Mentorship. Tiffany had a question on something and was able to send me a message, and her mentor gonna get back to her in just a little bit of time with the enlightenment that she requested. Tiffany has aligned herself with having that type of ability in her life. And if that's something that you're interested in, getting into my mentorship program and having me work with you one-on-one for 6 to 8 months, send me a message on whatever platform it is that you connect with me on, and I'll get you more information on that process. You can also go to brianhyppolite.com. There are payment plans that are available, and you can get yourself into it. If it allows you to sign up on brianhyppolite.com, then that means I have space available, because it's definitely a limited space situation. I only have space for 25 people. And when that is full, it won't allow you to sign up. So if it allows you to sign up, I have space available. Which right now, I believe I have an open space for maybe 6 or 7 people. So if that's something that you're interested in, we can get you into the interview process to get that going, get a one-on-one intake interview with me, so I can tell you all about the program, make sure it's a right fit for you, make sure you're a right fit for the program, and we'll take it from there. But if you would like to skip that process altogether, you can definitely sign up at brianhyppolite.com, and then we'll begin that process if you want to lock in your spot. So I'm going to go with key number 1, defining your inner goal. Every individual possesses the intrinsic value often described as inner gold. This refers to the unique combination of talents, qualities, and potential that you bring into the world. Just as alchemists sought to turn lead into gold, the journey of personal transformation involves uncovering and refining these hidden treasures within yourself. Often, life's difficulties obscure this gold, making it easy to doubt your worth. However, your true value is never lost. It only needs rediscovery. Understanding your inner gold requires introspection and the appreciation of your individuality. Reflect on your skills, strengths, and qualities that make you unique. Recognizing your intrinsic value is the first step in transforming your life. Remember, the alchemist's gold was never about material. It was about the metaphor of self-actualization. That's what it is. That's what it's about. Self-actualization. What is it that you want to bring into fruition? What is it that you're wanting to see for yourself? Let's go to key number 15. Let's check out what key number 15 got for the Manifest Nation family member. Key number 15 is chapter 2, the awareness, the keys to unlocking change, and it's on the mirror of relationships. Key number 15 says relationships are a powerful mirror, reflecting back aspects of yourself that you may not want to otherwise see. But the way you interact with others often reveals your inner fears, desires, and insecurities. For example, feelings of jealousy or resentment in a relationship may point to areas that you feel inadequate or unfulfilled. For example, when you look at someone, when you look at people, we see one of 4 things: someone who is like us, someone we want to be like, someone who is not like us, they not like us, they not like us, and someone we wish to never be like. Someone you are like, someone you want to be like, someone you are not like, and someone you wish, fear, despise being like. Use your relationship as an opportunity for growth by observing how you react to others. Instead of blaming or judging, ask yourself, what is this teaching me about myself? When you approach relationships with awareness, they become a valuable tool for self-discovery and self-healing. That's key number 15. Yeah. 111 keys of spiritual alchemy is available at brianhyppolite.com, as well as Bloodline Breaker. There's even a bundle for them a discounted bundle that you can get your hands on at brianhyppolite.com right now. And thank you to everyone that is supporting and that's getting that. And if you would like them autographed, you can definitely get them autographed as well. But it's time to starve the distractions. It's time to feed the destiny. It's time to understand that focus is your freedom. There's a man named Andrew Carnegie. You can look him up. He's one of those people that's up there with the Rockefellers, up there with the JP Morgan Chase families. His name, Andrew Carnegie. He had a lot to do with the steel industry in this country when railroads was a very big thing in this country. And there was one day that this man was making so much money so fast that the U.S. Treasury kept auditing him, believing that he was doing something fraudulent. Because how are you making so much money so fast, Mr. Carnegie. And they kept auditing this man and kept finding nothing wrong. They kept finding nothing wrong so much that they pull up on him to ask him face to face. Listen, we've been auditing you. All the books are in order. Everything checks out. How are you making so much money so fast? He said, oh, that's easy. I focus. He said, nobody else around knows how to focus. The average person does not know how to focus. He said, I bet you guys can't even focus. And they said, of course we can. We're the U.S. Treasury. We do this, we do that. Of course we can focus. He said, well, listen, let's do an exercise and let's see. He said, all it requires is you being honest with yourself. What I invite you to do is just to raise your hand and think of one thought. You can pick your whatever thought you want it to be. Just raise your hand and think of that one thought. Now put your hand down when you stop thinking of that thought. Just whenever you stop thinking of that thought, put your hand down. And within 30 seconds, everyone's hands was down, except for Mr. Carnegie. He said, see, you are the people that are supposed to be ruling the free world. You have no ability to focus. There is a level of momentum, of power that comes from your focus that allow you to see certain things, create certain things, understand certain things, and do certain things that you are not going to get exposure to and get access to if you don't compound your focus, if you don't stay focused on something for a period of time. There's a level of creation that you won't get to if all you're doing is working on things in small increments. And many of you know that with the things that you create. Distractions isn't just about your time, it's about your lineage. The hours you waste are not yours. They belong to your bloodline. And the moment that you start getting up and doing things to reflect your bloodline, to reflect the growth that's necessary in you so that they can be reflected in your bloodline as well, like you'll make different decisions. When it's about your last name and not your first name, you're going to make much different decisions. Every day you spend distracted, you're robbing your descendants of destiny. Like, we really got to look at it like that. We got to see it like that. And we got to be honest with ourselves about the things that we're doing. You know, Harvard studies showed that children of distracted parents are more likely to develop anxiety and poor self-esteem. Why is that? Why would the children of distracted parents be more likely to develop anxiety and poor self-esteem? Think about that. Why? Because distraction communicates neglect. Distractions communicate neglect. Here's the truth. Your phone is raising your kids. Your TV is raising your kids. Your distractions are their inheritance. While you're steady distracted on your device, their devices are parenting them, are giving them advice, are shaping what they think about themselves and the world around them. And now distractions become their inheritance. And the things on those distractions become their influence. And they're going to grow up and do some things that you didn't prefer them to do. And then you're going to decide and raise them like that. You didn't raise them at all. You gave them distractions, disruptions, as you allowed yourself to be distracted and disrupted. You gave them distractions so you could be distracted in peace. What generational wealth could you have already built if you weren't so distracted? What legacy are your kids inheriting? Is it discipline or dopamine? Will you be the ancestor who builds or the ancestors who scrolls? Because this is what's important for us to know, for us to make sure we are being aware of. Manifesting you. I'm going to open this up next because this talks so much about focus and so much about identity. So I'm going to read you something. I'm going to break it down. And I invite you to give me a key between 1 and 111, and I'll read you something from that corresponding key from this book. But listen, the Manifesting You 111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity, it says focus is the signature of sovereignty. You cannot manifest a destiny you cannot give attention to. You cannot manifest a destiny you do not give attention to. Every moment you waste on illusions is a moment stolen from your future self. Give me a number from 1 to 111. I'm going to read you the corresponding key from this powerful book, Manifesting You, 111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity. Say this affirmation with me. I focus on my legacy. I protect my attention. I honor my future with my time. I honor my future with my time, with my commitment, with my alignment. You hear what I'm saying? Let's see. I see some of the family on Twitch. I'm always going to go to Twitch first and get the numbers from the family on Twitch. Thank you to everyone that has converted and came over to Twitch. And not only whether you subscribe to not subscribe to follow, but just thank you for following the lead and being a part of what I'm building over here. So, and if you are watching from anywhere but Twitch, please, I invite you, click the link in my bio, go to brianhyppolite.com or go to twitch.tv/brianhyppolite. Pull up, join Manifest Nation, get the notifications when I'm going live on Twitch. You can always expect 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, but there's definitely other times and times that you won't even know about unless you're subscribed to the channel. So thank you for everyone that is supporting my latest and my greatest move, building Manifest Nation. Thank you to everyone that's telling people about it, that's joining, that's being a part of it, and definitely that's joining Manifest University as you become a part of the nation, pulling up and also being a part of the community. So my family from Twitch say key number 40, and that is elevation calls for isolation. When you raise your vibration, all that is not in alignment with you will naturally leave your life. As your frequency rise, you will no longer feel the desire to follow trends or fit in. Authenticity is a huge factor in your growth and your evolution. You'll know you're truly on your path when being yourself and honoring who you truly are becomes a priority. Elevation calls for isolation is absolutely necessary. And with that isolation, there's so much growth that comes your way, so much transformation that comes your way. We have so many analogies that we can go over, so many examples that we're given of how isolation leads to a period of transformation. Science has told us that it only takes about 90 days for you to transform your identity for good. Matter of fact, shout out to everyone who got into the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge we started today. And for the next 90 days, for the last 90 days of 2026, I'm going to be working with them on every day to unlearn the things that they need to that are separating them from their greatness, and relearn the things that they need to, uninstalling the lack mindsets, the core belief systems that are separating you from greatness, glory, and abundance, and installing the ones that are connecting you, with your ability to prosper, installing the beliefs, the systems that are going to allow you to meet your goals. And so for the next 90 days, that's really what we're on. So big shout out to everyone that took advantage of it and got into the 90-day challenge. And if you're in Manifest University, You have access to it. If you're in the mentorship, you have access to it. There's no email, there's no message. All you got to do is go into the Discord, and it's live. It's live, right? It's live for you. And if for some reason you do not have access to it, when you go to the Discord and you don't see the 90-day challenge tab and you don't have access to it, then send me a message and let me know, and I'll make sure that you get that. If you're already in Manifest Mentorship, if you're already in Manifest Mastery, then you already have access to the 90-day Spiritual Alchemy Challenge. And if for some reason you don't, send me a message in the Discord, and me or the admin team will make sure that you get that. Okay, but it started today, so you can go tap in with today's video, today's challenge, and let's start it. We got 90 days left to be the greatest that we've ever been. Lolita, I thank you. I appreciate you for pulling up. I appreciate you for pulling up on Twitch. I appreciate your follow. Thank you so much for subscribing, for being a part of what we got going on over here. So listen, what key was I getting to? Key number 40, or just read key number 40. Since Lolita pulled up over here on Twitch, we going to honor that. She said key number 71 is what she was looking for. Key number 71, I got you. Tiffany, I got you. I'll make sure that you get your access. Key number 71 is discipline is the strongest form of self-love. Discipline is intentional decision-making backed by supportive actions. Discipline is ignoring the current pleasures of the mind and body for the greater future reward or desire. Not to mention that your words become more powerful when your actions back them up. Sometimes, after meditating on a desire or intention to obtain something, you will come across an opportunity that bears the appearance of whatever you were just meditating on. Two things are happening here. The law of attraction is working for you, and the universe, God, or divine powers have gifted you with an opportunity to exercise your faith. To exercise your faith, your intentions, and your habits on what you decide. Don't waste this chance. Respond to them without hesitation. Discipline is the strongest form of self-love. Yeah, that's it. That's key number 71 for you, Lolita. Discipline is the strongest form of self-love. Say that with me. Let's say this again. I focus on my legacy. I protect my attention. I honor my future with my time. I love how both Lolita's key 71, as well as Tiffany's key, or whoever that was that had key 40, they both were in alignment with what we're talking about. This wasn't planned. This is just divine alignment like that. It's time for you to take very seriously your ability to create the things that you want when you focus on them. Matter of fact, let me give you the blueprint for focus. And also let me remind you, if you want this replay, the only way you're going to get it is by subscribing to Twitch. It's available to those who subscribe to the channel on Twitch for about a week. And then after that, you got to be in Manifest University so that you can see it. If you watch it on YouTube right now, it's not going to be available later. So let me give you the blueprint. I've been saying this for a few days. I've been breaking this down for you, and I want to make sure that you get it and that you get it right. These are the practical steps. You want to know how to do something? I'm telling you how to do it. I'm giving you the instructions, and it's extremely simple. You want to break a distraction? Here's the formula. We're going to start with awareness. Name your distractions. Like I asked you earlier, name your distractions and name your disruptions. What are your major distractions and what are your major disruptions? In case you just now tapping in, I'll define both of those for you to make it easier. Shout out to everyone that's pulling up on Twitch and subscribing. I love you out of life. Thank you so much for being a part of this vision. You're going to see, watch, you're going to see it. Millions of people every day are going to be touched through, going to be changed, going to be empowered, going to be transformed through what's going to be offered on this platform. You seen the beginning of a divine dream, a divine intention. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. It's not going to always look like this. It's going to look a whole lot different. It's going to look next level. It's going to look next level, and we're going to be doing some next level things. So thank you to everyone that's going to be a part of the founding family. The first 111 subscribers, you're a part of the founding family. You're going to get lifetime recognition on that. You're going to get access to Manifest University and everything that I do. You're going to get eBooks. You're going to get my workbook. You're going to get everything I've ever created. For those who are founding members of this channel that are leveling up with me and allowing me to move forward with my dream and my plan for this, I'm giving you everything I've ever created. Everything that I got, music included. You get music that's not even released to the public. Like that's where we connect at for real. So thank you for everyone that's connected with me. I love y'all to life. So we're going to break the distraction with the formula. You're going to identify your major distractions and major disruptions. The difference between a distraction and a disruption, if you don't know, a distraction is anything that stops you from starting something that you know you need to start. That's a distraction. A disruption is anything that stops you from finishing something that you have started. Once you've started it, it's something that comes and that stops you from finishing it. That's a disruption. Identify your major distractions and identify your major disruptions. Let's stop lying. Let's stop cheating ourselves. Let's stop telling ourselves these false narratives. Let's stop being victims. Let's stop blaming other people. Let's stop going through all these other things that stop us from being truthful and honest. Because these lies are stopping you from getting where you need to be going and doing what you need to be doing. These lies are stopping you from having what you're supposed to be having. So let's stop that. Awareness is the first part of this formula. Name, identify the distractions and the disruptions. Now we're going to go from awareness to the next step in this process. The next step of this formula is to apply boundaries. Everybody likes to think of boundaries, and they like to think of it based off of other people respecting your space, or other people like boundaries are something that keeps other people out. No, boundaries, proper boundaries are set and put in place to keep you in, not to keep other people out, not to control what other people do in your life, but to keep you in check, to keep you in place, to keep you in alignment. So the boundaries that we're setting, and that's an aha moment for somebody right here and right now. The boundaries that are in your life, they're not meant to be there to push others away or to keep others from getting in. It's to stop you from getting out. Because it's to stop you from getting out of line, stop you from getting out of alignment, stopping you from getting out of character, stopping you from getting out of what is best for you. So these boundaries that we're putting into place is to cut off your distractions. It's to put limits on your distractions. It's to separate yourself from your distractions. Separate yourself from the ability to have your distractions and to interact with your distractions. Some of you need to delete an app altogether. There was a season, there was a period of life where when I needed to focus on music or just focus on writing or focus on anything that I needed to give my undivided attention to, I had to delete the Instagram app. At that point in time, man, Instagram was like a cash register, ATM machine. I can just, it still is, but it's less important at this point because there's so many other things going on. But at that time, it was like I can think something and be like, oh, this is going to work, and post it, and then people are responding to this post and they're clicking the link in the bio and they're purchasing things. And so I'm pulling up the Instagram every day. I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm pulling up and I'm getting money every day off of this app. I'm not here for much of anything else really, but to get some money and get out the way. And at that period of time, it was very hard for me to not always be checking my phone, checking my online store, my Shopify, or checking my Instagram to see if there was a question in the DMs, or or seeing how certain posts were progressing. And I would have to delete Instagram just so I would not lose my focus. Does that make sense? I don't have to do it so much now. I'll be zoned out. These things, I forget it exists for hours at a time, days at a time. But your boundaries got to put in place. Whatever your distractions are, whatever your disruptions are, set boundaries in place that cut them off, that put limits on them. And also consider, if there's anything in your life that you need to put a limit on, consider why you even have it in your life. Consider that maybe you don't need it in your life. Come in. Consider that maybe it's not something that fits into this season of your life, although it was an option in the previous season. It may not be something that you need in this level at this time in this season of your life. What's up? What's going on?
Did you say this what we do for vocabulary?
Yes.
You say I do it in a different one. I do it like in the one with.
And
I don't do that one.
We've used several different notebooks to do that.
Use that one though.
I understand. Either way, it's just words though. You can just pick a slot of those words and do 10 of them.
What do you mean 10 of them? Like 10 different stories?
No, I mean just pick out 10 of these words, because this is gonna have on the other book that you're talking about, it'll only be like we only do 10 at a time. So
isn't that what we do?
Yeah, so that's what I'm telling you to do with this. Pick 10 words and identify those 10 words. Write the definitions of what those 10 words are and write a story with those 10 words.
Okay.
That's it.
How do we know when to switch?
Who's about to start?
I'm still doing the science, and she's just about to do that.
So who's on the laptop?
Me.
Okay.
Look what I did, so then I can still wear it.
Okay. When you focus, don't be distracted. Do that. When you're ready, by the time that you're ready to type that up, you should be done with what you're doing. Okay? All right. All right. I love y'all. Homeschooling, man. Homeschooling. I know someone's like, yo, they still in school. Listen, they ain't start when they were supposed to start. They decided that'd be the benefit of homeschooling. Some days they ain't want to get up and get to it when they were supposed to. Okay, cool, no problem. But we're gonna get to it a little bit later. And this day not gonna go through the day without you getting done what you're supposed to be getting done. So, we over here in Phoenix, we on the West Coast, so it's only 5:28 over here. So it's not that late. But it's definitely still homeschool time. So they better get to it. But where are we at? We're at awareness, naming the distractions, and then boundaries, cutting them off, putting limits on them, deleting the apps, and killing the habits. And then the next part of this formula is rituals. Replace distractions with destiny. Your morning routines, your study time, your meditation time, your writing time, your journaling, your building time. Replace your distractions with your destiny, with things that build your destiny. You have to recommit yourself to the routine of prosperity, to the routine of the things that allow you to grow, to the routine of alignment. And many of you haven't experienced alignment in quite some time because you have lived a lifestyle that has been powered by and serving your distractions. You've made time for your distractions. You've made time to binge watch on Netflix. You've made time to go hang out in places and spaces that distract you. You've made time to do things that you even lied and told yourself was a part of your healing journey, but it was really just a distraction. You've made time for people who are really just a distraction to you. So it's time to be serious. It's time to be true. And it's time to move in alignment. Replace the distractions with things connected to your destiny. Look at what you're doing with the hours of your day, the hours of your evening, and say, is this connected to my destiny? Does this align with my destiny? If you haven't identified what your destiny is, then that's where you got to start. We got to identify what your greater resistance is. Because once we've done that, it's so easy to stay in alignment by identifying, or at least it's easy to identify what is in alignment. I'll say that. So we got awareness, we got our boundaries, we got our rituals, and we have accountability. Again, welcome to the nation. Welcome to Manifest Nation. This is what we do. This is what it's all about. You want to pull up. Big shout out to everyone that got into the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge. They got 90 days of accountability and changing their habits and changing their mindsets. The next time that I'll be doing it will be at the start of the year. So if you miss this opportunity, don't miss the next one. We are going to start January 1st. If you miss this, I mean, first of all, if you want to get in, you got till today anyway to sign up. Today is the very last day to sign up. Since we started today, October the 1st, if you delayed all this time, you have the ability to sign up until midnight. If you want to get into the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge and have me work with you for the next 90 days on taking your life, your legacy to the next level, unlearning the things that you need to unlearn and relearning the things that you need to, setting up the formula, the boundaries, the standards, the rituals that cement you into the lifestyle that's going to build the life that you want. We're talking about becoming deliberate creators of your reality. And if that's the type of time that you're on, then you should definitely go to brianhyppolite.com and get into the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge. That opportunity ends at midnight. And the next chance that we'll have to get into that will be January 1st. Okay. So get into it. Let's make it happen. And there's 3 different levels to it. There's the basic level, there's the premium level, and there's the VIP level. All of them offer you plenty of information, plenty of guidance, plenty of opportunity to expand. All of them give you tools and resources that's going to get you to the next level. There's payment plans available. So get in where you fit in, make it happen. Again, you got until midnight. Matter of fact, you can still use discount code GREATER right now while we're on this live. It's only going to work while we're on this live. You can use discount code GREATER. That's going to save you $50. While we're on this live, while we're broadcasting right now, discount code GREATER. If you're ready for your greater existence, if you're serious about becoming greater, use discount code GREATER. It's going to save you $50 on access to the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge. It's going to get you access to Manifest University and a lot of other powerful things. Discount code GREATER. Yes, GREATER. You can use that discount code GREATER at brianhyppolite.com. It's going to save you $50 on access to the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge. There's payment plans. Don't make any excuses. There's no need to do that. Make a way. Make it happen. We spend so much time disqualifying ourselves from the things that we need, especially when it requires something, whether it requires your time, whether it requires a cost. We don't do that when it comes down time to just spend money on just anything that we feel like spending money on. When it come down time to blow money on things, we don't do that. But we do it to ourselves when it comes down to making decisions that add value to our lives. Now all of a sudden we want to budget for it. Now go to brianhyppolite.com right now. Use discount code GREATER, because the discount code GREATER is only going to work while we're live. So you got about 30 minutes to save yourself $50 on access to the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge, to work with me for 90 days, to access to my eBooks, my audiobooks, my guided meditations, and the daily practices, the daily challenges, the daily insight that I'm delivering to you to get you beyond whatever is in your way and aligned with what you're meant to be in alignment with. And so that's that accountability. And that's the 4th piece of that formula. Science tells us that it only takes that within 90 days, you can completely reshape your identity for good. Many people Don't make it 90 days with your New Year's resolutions. You don't make it 90 days every time you say you're going to do something. You start, but 90 days into it, you've already given up. You've already stopped. Why is that? You stop before you get the breakthrough. You kill the momentum. You stay distracted before you get the breakthrough. And that's why for so many people, this decision that they're making right now is such a powerful one, because not only are you changing your mind and with your thoughts and with your words, but you are tying it to an action. What did I tell you earlier? Every transformational thought has to be supported by an action. And so for those who are signing up right now for the 90-day challenge, you are committing yourself to an action. You're committing yourself to a system of accountability. You're committing yourself to moving yourself beyond just thinking about it, just talking about it, and not making an excuse, but making a way. And listen, your lineage is going to thank you for it. You hear what I'm saying? Those who follow you, who eat off of the decisions that you make, are going to thank you for it. Discount code greater. Payment plans are available. No credit check or nothing like that needed. You just got the option whether you want to do pay in one payment, or if you want to use the payment plan. It's available for you at brianhyppolite.com. Make it happen. Because you don't need more time. You need more focus. Family, what you got to understand is your distractions it's nothing more than death on layaway. Focus is destiny in action. Your distractions is death on layaway. Neuroscience proves that your brain physically rewires with focus rituals. That means you can literally build the identity of a focused and sovereign individual in 8 to 12 weeks. Focused and sovereign. You want to change your life? Become focused. Hyper-focused on what it is that allows you to create the reality that you desire. Become sovereign. Meaning that you are positioning yourself to not need someone else or someone else's system to give you the ability to do the things that you need to do to thrive. Sovereignty is the way out of survival mode. Most of us were taught survival mode. Most of us were taught how to survive better than the person next to us. That's what we were given. That's what we were shown. That was the best our parents had to teach us. But we want to get out of surviving mode. We want to be in thriving mode. We want to have the ability to have more we want to have the ability to produce and generate more than enough at will. Big shout out to everyone that's at brianhyppolite.com right now, making it happen. Making a way, not making an excuse. Don't get distracted. Follow through. Neuroscience proves it. 8 to 12 weeks is all it takes to build the identity of a focused and solvent individual, someone who is creating the realities that they desire. I want to ask you some questions of reflection. What's the number one distraction that you will cut tonight? What is the number one distraction that you are willing to cut tonight? Let's identify it. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat right now. Let's identify it. What is that distraction that you're going to let go of tonight? That's a good one. Some people you follow. Yeah, absolutely. Some distractions. Some energies that aren't in alignment. Some things that aren't showing you the future that you want for yourself. Some people who aren't speaking life into you. Some people who is whatever they got going on, your nervous system don't agree with it. Now, what ritual will you replace it with? Unfollowing those people should lead to intention Attention and intention being given back to you, given back to your destiny. What ritual will you replace it with? Let me ask you a phenomenal question. This is a phenomenal question because you answering it is going to bring you a phenomenal amount of clarity and direction. And that question is, who do you become when focus is your default? When focus is your default, what you get up and what you go to, your number one, what people know you for. Who do you become? What do you create when focus is your default? Awaken, old dreamer. Awaken, old dreamer. It's time to dream again. Who do you become? What do you create when focus is your default? When you allow yourself to compound the energies within you, the creative thought within you, the belief within you, what will you be? Who will you create? What will you create, rather? Who will you be? You know, your words are powerful, and your words are often the beginning seeds that you sow into your life that will then take root and grow and then bring a harvest into your life. Oftentimes it starts with your words because you believe what you hear. You believe what you tell yourself. Matter of fact, if you say something, whether it's true or not, positive or negative, if you say it enough times, your subconscious is going to believe it about you. If you say I am and then follow that with whatever you follow that with, you do that enough times, your subconscious and eventually your conscious is going to believe that about you, regardless of what it is. So let's say this. Say, I am sovereign. I am sovereign. I am sovereign. I am focused. I am focused. I am focused. I am disciplined. Yeah. Say that. I am disciplined. I am disciplined. I am is like the most powerful words you can ever utter. You are building or destroying yourself when you say I am and then follow that with whatever you're going to follow that with. So use that tool wisely. My attention builds empires. Let's say that. My attention builds empires. My attention, my intention builds empires. What are you building? What are you building with your attention and with your intention? You got a few minutes left. You got less than 20 minutes to use discount code greater at brianhyppolite.com to get you access to the 90-day challenge. We started today. Access ends at midnight. Not only are you going to get the 90 days of guidance from me, you're going to get videos from me every single day on that are going to challenge you to become a greater version of yourself. Not only that, you'll get a copy of 111 Keys of Spiritual Alchemy. You're going to get a copy of this book. This challenge isn't just a program, it's an initiation to a new way of living. So if that's what you are ready for, if that's something that you have been searching for, if that's something that you have been praying for, listen, don't miss this opportunity. You're going to get daily messages from me, alchemy practices and challenges, short but powerful exercises to help you rewrite your mindset and your energy. You're going to get accountability weekly checks from me to help you stay consistent, to help you stay connected. We're going to have live group calls throughout the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge. And of course, you get exclusive access to my Manifest University community because you are going to be supported by like-minded brothers and sisters who are walking the same path as you. You're going to get my guided meditations, my tools, my audio messages, and so many things that I've created to help you shift your life to a higher dimension. I'm going to give you transformational framework for 90 days. Just imagine where you're going to be after 90 days of having the right tools. Imagine where you're going to be. You should be at brianhyppolite.com right now using discount code GREATER so that you can save $50 on your access to this 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge before midnight. Imagine where you're going to be, though, at the end of the year, walking into 2026. Who are you going to be after the next 90 days of focus, the next 90 days of intention, the next 90 days of formula, the next 90 days of guidance, the practical steps to help you overcome the destructive cycles and align with your higher self? That's what you're going to get 90 days of. There's opportunity for you right now to be a part of it. And I would love for you. And this is going to help you embrace your authenticity. It's going to help you release and abandon, accept and embrace, surrender. It's going to help you self-heal, self-accept, self-love. It's going to help you with your self-discipline. It's going to help you break these generational curses. It's going to help many of you find and define your life purpose. It's going to help so many people live free from fears and limiting beliefs. Again, payment plans are available. Make sure that you're taking advantage of it at brianhyppolite.com. Right now, you got about 20 minutes left to use discount code GREATER. So let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. I want to take some questions. So if you got some questions, it don't matter where you're watching it from, put it in the chat. What questions do you have about anything, whether it's something I was talking about, touching on tonight, whether it's a question about the 90-day challenge, whether it's a question about spiritual alchemy? What is it? What questions do you got? Let's take it. Let's bring it to the forefront so we could bring it to clarity. Put it in the chat. Because this is what we do here. This is really what it's all about. Big shout out to everyone who is tapping in at brianhyppolite.com right now, securing their spot, making it happen. There's way too many people making excuses and not making the decisions that align them with the results that they want to see in life. You just keep making the decisions that make you feel comfortable. You okay making the decisions that lead you to failure and then want to blame other people for the failed existence that you have, that you're passing down. If your children inherited the disciplines that you are showing this week, if your children inherited the behavior patterns that you're showing this week, are they inheriting blessings or burdens? What is it? What is it that they will be receiving? It's a great day to choose to be greater than you've ever been and not waste time on the distractions that are coming, because self-betrayal is real. And you think betrayal only comes from friends and family, but like we were talking about yesterday, you betrayed yourself more times than anybody else. You said you was going to do this. You said you were saving money so you could do that, something that you needed to do, but you spent the money. You said you was going to leave that situation. You said you was going to leave that relationship. You said you was going to leave that job, but you stayed. You said you was going to heal, that you was going to face what you was going through. You said that you were going to become healed, happy, and whole. Instead, you got numb. Instead, you picked up another vice. Instead, you picked up another distraction. And now you walking around talking about you got trust issues. You don't have trust issues. What you have is self-trust issues. The issues that you have with other people are a reflection of the issues that you have for yourself. You have self-trust issues because you've broken your own promises too many times. You've broken your own trust too many times. You've said too many times, I'm going to do it, and didn't do it. So you make it extremely hard to believe in you. You make it hard for yourself to believe in you. And that's something that you have to change by reinforcing those things that you said you was going to do with actions. Where are the actions? You said you was going to change. Now align yourself with that change. Align yourself with the opportunity. Align yourself with the support that you need. You said you was going to make a difference. You're going to have to be a difference. Generational healing starts within. Within generational healing. You want to see your generations healed? You want to see your children living a life that they don't have to heal from? You want to see your mother and your father, your brothers and your sisters, your younger siblings, going through life, living a life that reflects them not suffering from what they've endured and what they've encountered, but living a life that reflects the glory that's within them, that might start with you. That might start with you breaking the generational curse. Don't give up. Don't give out. Don't take it easy. There's no time to take your foot off the gas. You've already made up your mind. Make a way. I know there's something that looks like there's another choice you should make. That's just a distraction waiting to happen. And listen, let me tell you this about distractions. Distractions don't appear to be distractions until they're done distracting you. You got to know that. You got to understand that. These distractions do not appear to be distractions until they are done distracting you. I look forward to walking you through the next 90 days of spiritual alchemy. Whether you're doing the basic, the premium, or the VIP, I look forward to empowering you, influence you, impacting you, and holding you accountable to your transformation for the next 90 days. Tell me this, who are you going to be going into 2026? I want you to envision the version of you that you become after 90 days of focus, 90 days of not betraying yourself, 90 days of using the right formula, 90 days of uprooting the lies, the doubts, the disbeliefs, every seed that has been sown into your life that has stopped you from growing through what you have gone through, everything that's created the lack and limitation. We taking all that away. We're accepting what we need to. We're releasing what we need to. We're abandoning what we need to. And then we are installing the belief systems and the patterns and the habits of love, of faith, of abundance, of opportunity, of opulence, of divinity. We're not going to keep living a life reflected by what the man in us is experiencing. We're going to start living a life that reflects what the God in us is experiencing and intends to do while you are here and on this earth. There's a divine purpose, a divine reason that you were sent here. And many of us don't even get the opportunity to walk that out because we're too busy trying to survive. We're too busy suffering through our humanity. And I want to get you to the other side of that. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're done suffering through your humanity. If you made a decision today to end the suffering through your humanity. Because you know what suffering means. That means that there's something that you could be doing different that would create a different result. So there's something that you're experiencing and you want to experience something different. Good news. You could do something different that's going to bring you a different result. And that's coming from your mindset. That's coming from your behavior patterns. That's coming from the way that you respond to life. Many of you have been living a reactionary life. That's why you're so stressed. A reactionary life should have plenty of anxiety. It should have plenty of stress. That's not the life that you're meant to live. That's not the life that was designed for you. What is designed for you is that you respond to life, not according to what's happening, but according to what you want to see, according to what you want to create. So many of you aren't living a life that reflects what you want to create. You live in a life that reflects you not feeling the way that you want to feel. You're living a life that says life's not giving me what I want. And you know what happens? Life continues to not give you what you want because that's the energetic reality. That's the vibrational reality that you're holding on to. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. There's absolutely no reason for you to not follow through with the opportunity that's in front of you right now, unless you're just not serious. Unless you're not serious about your growth and transformation. Unless you're going to say it because it feels good. And then you're going to give yourself an excuse and a reason of why you don't follow through. Just like you've done before. You'll say, I'll do it next time. Just like you've done before. How many next times have you allowed to rob you of your destiny? have you allowed to rob you of your progress? How many next times have you allowed to stop you from getting to your next level? There's a whole next level waiting for you. There's things that you've been praying for and believing for that's waiting for you. But they can't get into your life because you won't align with the disciplines that allow them to be there. Could you imagine that? God trying to bless you right now. God trying to bring something into your life, but you won't align with the disciplines that says, I'm gonna keep what I keep saying I want. You won't align with the disciplines that says, I am worthy and I know that I'm worthy of it. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Why aren't you at brianhyppolite.com right now using discount code GREATER so that you can get the access to the 90-day challenge, something that's going to align you with the greatness and the glory that you said you want to be in your life? Why aren't you? Why are you delaying? Why have you already talked yourself out of it? Payment plans are available, discount code being. Listen, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to separate the people who were serious and the people who was going to make excuses, the people who was going to make a way. I gave you every way for a way to be made for you. The people who wanted to make excuses, I gave you every opportunity to make an excuse. I made the payment plans just to make sure if you had any excuse, man, that cancels that out. Because there ain't no way that you're going to tell me in the next 90 days, whatever that breaks down, whatever section, whatever access you wanted to get, whatever level of access, there ain't no way you're going to tell me that with that payment plan, that you weren't going to spend that on some bullshit over the next 90 days. Even without the payment plan. Just even doing the one-time payment. Ain't no way that you're going to tell me that over the next 90 days, you weren't going to spend that on a vice. You weren't going to spend that on a distraction. But you're not going to spend that on your evolution, your elevation. That's trash. That's a trash mindset. That's a trash behavior. That you're going to allow such an easy excuse to separate you from getting what it is that you said you wanted, what it is that you said you wanted. Discount code GREATER going to do it for you. Make it happen. Listen, we got a few minutes left. If you got any questions, put it in the chat so I can answer them. I definitely would love to bring whatever enlightenment I can to you. If you got any questions about anything we've discussed tonight, I would love to answer them for you. Big shout out to everyone that's going to brianhyppolite.com using discount code GREATER. You got about 5 more minutes to use discount code GREATER to get you access to the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge. If you would like me to walk you out of 2025 with the rest of Manifest University, with 90 days of transformational videos, that's what it is. It's what it is. If that's what you went to, tap in, because there's so much greatness happening right now. This is Manifest Nation. This is the sovereign territory of curse breakers. This is the sanctuary of the awakened. This is the home of those who refuse to betray themselves. You get what I'm saying? And that's a serious thing. Those who refuse to betray themselves, those who refuse to betray their own people, to betray their bloodline. We've all done it. I've had to look in the mirror and say, hey, man, I'm sorry. I've had to apologize to myself, and man, hey man, I'm sorry for not doing what was necessary, what was best for us, what protected us, what led us to where we wanted to be. I'm sorry that I chose what them people was talking about. I'm sorry that I chose influence. I'm sorry that I chose a vice, a desire, a lust. I'm sorry that I chose whatever separated us from where we need to be, man. I'm sorry. I had to look in the mirror and apologize to myself 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. You know what I'm saying? I had to look in the mirror and do that. And it's a wonderful thing when you do that. When you look in the mirror and can say, hey, I'm sorry for not doing what I was supposed to do, what I was meant to do, what I should have done. And then another powerful thing that you do is you forgive yourself. The next thing that you do is you forgive yourself. Have you forgiven yourself? You want to talk about healing. Have you forgiven yourself? Have you forgiven yourself? You want to talk about about healing others? Have you forgiven yourself? Have you been able to release and abandon the things that you have done, the judgments that you've made against yourself? Because you're worthy of forgiveness. You're worthy of change. You're worthy of growth. You're worthy of prosperity. Forgive yourself and let go. So you can stop holding on to things that are slowing you down, that are weighing you down, that are pulling you down. Listen, this is Manifest Nation. This is the territory of the curse breakers. This is the sanctuary of the awakened. This is the home of those who refuse to betray themselves, their purpose, and their bloodline ever again. We are not spectators. We are not fans. We are not consumers of content. We are a nation of movement, of alignment, and of living revolutionary truths, discipline, and legacy. What do? We expose illusions. We dismantle excuses. And we execute sovereignty. We build generational wealth. We practice spiritual alchemy. We raise sovereign children. And tonight we saw it clear. Tonight we seen that self-betrayal is the thief of destiny. Self-betrayal is one of those things that separate us from destiny and lead us to fate. We see that comfort is the coffin that we live in. That excuses are the graveyard of our dreams. Also, that excuses are what our children will inherit. If they don't inherit our executions, they'll inherit our excuses. Most importantly, tonight we learn that loyalty to yourself is the gateway of sovereignty, the gateway to sovereignty. And that sovereignty itself is the pathway out of survival mode. Is there anybody in survival mode right now? Is there anybody still just making it, just barely getting by, just keep figuring out how to make it? Is there anybody who wishes to get off of the survival mode train and break into thriving mode? With the giving yourself the ability to produce more than enough at will, more than enough money, more than enough joy, more than enough peace, more than enough positive relationships, more than enough quiet time, more than enough creation, more than enough. Is there anybody who is serious about moving out of survival mode and getting into thriving mode? Because that's what we're talking about tonight. And that's what we are securing it with the 90-day challenge. I'm going to tell y'all again, y'all got about 5 more minutes. Y'all got about 5 more minutes to use discount code GREATER. There's a few people in the store right now waiting to check out. So discount code GREATER is being extended because it's supposed to be over at 6:05 my time, 9:05 your time. But as of midnight, you will no longer be able to get into the 90-day challenge. So if this is something that you want to get into, you can right now be at brianhyppolite.com. The link is in my bio, and you could be using discount code GREATER to save $50. And it's even going to work if you are using the payment plans. It is even going to work if you're using the payment plans. Use discount code GREATER. It's going to take $50 off of your access to the 90-day challenge. And that's going to give me the ability to walk you through the next 90 days. The last 90 days of 2025 are going to be the best because they are going to align you with who you want to be in 2026. Don't just wait for 2026 to get here for you to want to start being that, aligning with that, creating that. No, let's envision right now who it is that you want to be, who it is that you need to be in 2026 to do the things that you want to do. Who is that person? What is that version of you? What is it that they are already doing that you need to start doing? What is it that they are not doing that you need to start doing? What is it? That's because a lot of y'all need a to-do list. Most of y'all need a to-do list of things to do to align you with what that greater version of you is doing. But more important than that to-do list is the not to-do list. More important is that not to-do list. There's things that that greater version of you does not do. Things they do not entertain, things they do not applaud, things that are not impressed by, things they do not even negotiate with, that you still give time, airplay to. You still give opportunity to. You need to make those changes. You need to make those adjustments. What is it that you need to stop doing to align with that greater version of yourself right here and right now? Because that's who's going to rule and reign in your life in 2026. So go ahead. Go to brianhyppolite.com. Use discount code GREATER, GREATER, discount code GREATER. That is going to save you $50 off of your access to the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge. Your betrayal dies here, family, and your sovereignty begins here. So for those who are not jumping into the spiritual alchemy challenge, I pray that you catch the next one starting in January. I pray that the next 90 days you find some way to allow yourself to be greater. And if you really want to get on that accelerated path anyway, and you want to get into my mentorship program where I'm really working with you, we have one-on-one mentorship sessions multiple times throughout the month. Send me a message on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on wherever you catch me at, and let me know, and I'll get you the information so that you could be a part of that. For everyone else, make sure that you are subscribed. Subscribe to Manifest Nation. Don't just watch it, experience it. Make sure that you are getting the updates when I'm going live. But when you subscribe, you're also going to get access to Manifest University. You're going to get access to 8 of my eBooks, 1 of my workbooks. You're going to get access to my audio books, my guided meditations, affirmations, and all types of content that I've created for your evolution, for your elevation, for your growth, for your prosperity. And that's all there. All you got to do is subscribe to Manifest Nation, the Manifest Nation channel on Twitch. To everyone that is currently at brianhyppolite.com using discount code GREATER, go ahead and get your $50 off. If there's if you have any questions, let me know right now. Send me a message right now if you have any questions. If you're on the fence about it, I want you to consider what you're going to do in the next 90 days, the money that you're going to spend in the next 90 days that do not align with your greatness. I want you to consider the cost of staying the same. I want you to consider going into your next season already making excuses for it. Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, and greater shall you have, man. Don't miss this wonderful opportunity. Stop betraying yourself by not allowing yourself to follow through. Betrayal wins in isolation. So that's why accountability comes in handy. That's why having a mentor comes in handy. That's why being a part of something where there are other people around. That's why so many people work out in groups, while some people pay for a personal trainer. Having someone there that can lead you through, man, that changes everything for you. That increases the results. Big homie from heaven, man, I appreciate you. And I'm definitely going to get back to you with that message. And I appreciate you vibing with the music. Got more music on the way to keep empowering you, bro. For sure. I want y'all to say it with me one last time. I stop betraying myself. I stop betraying myself. I am loyal to my bloodline. Excuses die with me. Legacy begins with me. I am the sovereign ancestor. Ma'am, I apologize. I apologize, big homie from heaven. Ma'am, thank you so much for your presence and for pulling up. This isn't a show. This isn't content. This is Manifest Nation. And for those who are tapping in for the first time, whether you are watching from IG, from TikTok, from YouTube, from Facebook, from Twitch, thank you and welcome home. If you haven't already, follow the channel so you can get updates when I'm going live, and subscribe to the channel so you get access to all the amazing things that I'm giving this community. That's how you tap in with me. That's how you get connected with me on a daily basis through our online Discord, as well as 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday through Friday, I'm broadcasting. Sometimes it goes to other networks, but it's always going to Twitch. So make sure that you signing up. Make sure that you joining. You got about a few minutes left, man. I know I didn't say 5 minutes like 2 or 3 times, but you definitely got about 5 more minutes to use discount code GREATER at brianhyppolite.com to save you $50 on access to the 90-day spiritual alchemy challenge, which started today. And the opportunity to get into it ends at midnight. It's the last day to join this challenge. If you would like to walk with you through the last 90 days of 2025, lining you up, tightening you up, aligning you with who you want to be, creating the realities that you want to create for 2026, man. Big shout out to everyone that's tapping in, everyone that's at brianhyppolite.com, securing your spot. There's only a few VIP spaces left, so big shout out to those who are doing that, man. Don't just let this be a moment. Don't just let these be words. Let this be a movement. Get activated. Get in motion. Be great. Be powerful. Be guys. I love y'all to life. And I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. If you enjoyed this broadcast, a rising tide raises all boats. So take this information and share it with someone. Definitely share the link. Definitely share the channel. Definitely let them know to tune in at 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. But also share the elevation that you got. Also share the aha moments that you receive. Let them know. Greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, greatest shall you have. This is what it's all about. I'm Brian Hyppolite, the Manifest Mentor, and I look forward to seeing you at your next level. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Be great, be powerful, be God's. In a minute. I love y'all.